If this message has found its way to you today, it is because your guardian angels have chosen you with purpose and precision. They are stepping forward now because there is something they can no longer withhold, something too important, too sacred, too deeply intertwined with your recent words and actions to remain hidden any longer. They watched you closely in a moment that may have felt chaotic, overwhelming, or even unfair. And what they witnessed within you stirred the heavens themselves. Your angels want you to know that you acted with remarkable integrity, an integrity so rare and luminous that it left an imprint on the spiritual realm. You stood in your own authority while still retaining your compassion, your warmth, and your grace. You showed that it is possible to be strong without being harsh, to be firm without losing your softness, and to uphold your truth without ever sacrificing your goodness. You, dear soul, are genuinely good-natured, warm-hearted, and selfless. You are the kind of person who brings light into places where others carry shadow. But what many do not know is that this light did not come without cost. You faced adversity that would have broken lesser spirits. You endured hatred, backlash, and judgment simply because you refused to betray your morals. And yet, despite the pressure, despite the pain, despite the weight of so many eyes watching you and waiting for you to crumble, you did something extraordinary. You stood your ground. The angels say that what you did was nothing short of divine. It was angelic in its own right. You held your center even while metaphorical swords were pointed at you from every direction. You were surrounded by envy, resentment, and poisonous intentions, yet you stood rooted in your truth, unshaken. Your spirit revealed itself as that of a true justice bringer, someone who speaks truth not out of ego, but out of alignment with the universal laws of compassion and righteousness. You suffered more than anyone truly knows. You carried your pain quietly, almost secretly, because you knew that breaking down publicly would not serve the moment. People saw your strength, but they did not see the tremble underneath it, the exhaustion in your bones, or the ache wrapped around your heart. But still you rose. And in rising, you grew into a force powerful enough to shift the energies of the situation entirely. Again, the angels repeat, they cannot keep the truth a secret anymore. Not after what you did, not after what you said, and not after the way you showed up. The reason people projected onto you was because you triggered them. Not by doing anything wrong, but by being everything they wished they had the courage to be. You spoke with sincerity and calmness. You acted with a level of maturity and grace that few could match. You behaved in a way that any parent, mentor, or elder would admire. Your speech, your tone, your posture, it all radiated purity and truth. You could not have been more authentic, more honest, or more noble. There were many involved in the situation. Onlookers, participants, and even hidden perpetrators. But there were also silent supporters watching you from the sidelines, unable to intervene, yet deeply moved by how you carried yourself. The situation was chaotic, infused with drama, tension, and emotional noise. But even amidst the storm, a select few saw the light in you and were silently rooting for your victory. These silent admirers saw your grace, your dignity, and the profound respect you held not only for yourself but for everyone involved, even for those who harmed you. This is rare. The world often teaches us to fight fire with fire, to act out of spite, to tear down others to protect ourselves. But you did the opposite. You rose above. You outshone everyone without ever trying to, and you remained humble even when you were the brightest presence in the room. Yes, many harsh words were thrown at you. Many assumptions were made and judgments cast. And yet you stood as the primary truth speaker, the one voice that would not bend, break, or shrink in the face of injustice. You defended yourself and you defended the underdogs, the ones without a voice, the ones too beaten down to stand. This is the kind of courage seen in archangels and ascended masters. those who carry both unconditional love and universal compassion in their souls. Someone saw all of this in you. It might have been a stranger or someone you never expected. But someone observed you closely, quietly, and with deep admiration. This person developed a secret crush on your spirit. Not merely your appearance but the essence of who you are. Their admiration may carry romantic undertones, or it may be a profound soulful appreciation. Either way, they fell a little in love with the way your soul shines. Your angels reveal that this person from the earthly and heavenly realm admires you far more than they ever let on. They may have acted annoyed, distant, or indifferent. They may have even looked irritated or uninterested. But the truth is far deeper. They saw in you a heart of gold. They recognized your purity, your rarity, your sincerity. And now they feel compelled to confess what they witnessed. This person observed every interaction you had. They saw how you protected yourself without hurting others, how you defended those who were vulnerable, and how you maintained your composure even when your emotions were bursting at the seams. They watched your facial expressions, your body language, your breathing, your posture. All of it. And what they saw amazed them. Even when you felt pain, when you felt injustice, when the trauma of mistreatment stung your spirit, you held yourself with nobility. You were denied fairness, compassion, and understanding, yet you refused to let the darkness around you swallow your light. And while others acted like you were nothing, while they let you be energetically torn apart, this observer watched everything. And now they want to speak. They want to tell you their truth. They want to confess how profoundly inspired they were simply standing in your presence. The light may have dimmed in your eyes for a moment, but your loyalty to your values and your compassion for others never wavered. You stayed committed to what, and who, needed you the most. And this person wants to confess that you were one of the most authentic, courageous, and heart-centered individuals they had ever seen. They want to tell you that they watched you with equal parts awe and intimidation. Not intimidation in a negative sense, but in a way that revealed how rare your spirit is. They had never seen someone so strong-willed and yet so gentle at the same time. Someone who embodied the peace of a dove, the empathy of a swan, and the awareness of an owl. Your voice was strong and direct, yet every word carried kindness. You were, and still are, universal love personified. This friend or stranger carries their own shadows, their own insecurities, their own regrets. They feel ashamed that they did not step in to help you. They felt your pain and your sadness, but they also sense that interfering might disrupt your divine mission, your soul's sacred journey. They knew that your truth needed to shine on its own. Life is made of duality, light and shadow, courage and fear. And so this person wants to confess both their darkness and their admiration for your light. They want to admit their shame, their guilt, and their longing to have been stronger. But they also want to tell you how profoundly you moved them, how much hope you gave them, how you shifted their beliefs about the world. You opened their eyes to the possibility of a brighter, more unified, more loving reality. They want you to know that you inspired them to become a better version of themselves. This confession may be romantic or spiritual, platonic or soul deep. They may be drawn to you as a potential partner or as a soul sibling, someone whose spirit feels familiar across lifetimes. Whatever form it takes, your angels ask you to remain humble, graceful, and open-hearted. Their confession may stir painful memories of standing alone, fighting for truth with no one by your side. Or it may bring joy, release, and a sense of finally being seen. Most likely it will be a mixture of both. Allow the message to sink in. You were seen. You were recognized. You were admired on a level deeper than you realize. You give so much love to this world. Now allow yourself to receive some in return. And so I offer a prayer for you. Lord, let the deep truth carried in these words reach the heart they are meant for. Let it settle gently into their spirit like healing light. Grant them the strength to receive the coming confession with grace. Help them reflect on their journey with compassion, understanding how powerful their actions were even in the face of adversity. Surround them with love from both the seen and unseen realms. Protect their energy, uplift their heart, and remind them that they are a beacon for others walking through darkness. Take a moment now. Breathe. Let these words resonate. You are loved. You are protected. And you are divinely guided. Type 444 to claim this message and the blessings woven into it. And if you can, leave a kind word for someone else who may need a little extra light today.